Y'all know, if y'all know 8 at the table, the accountability gets real thin over there, real thin. You hear me? Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. I just had to make sure because I know it doesn't get the whole thing in the camera. And plus, it's kind of faded too. Need to re-up on it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to this next topic, bro, and then we'll lock in and give our thoughts.
Was brought up. What's the female word for massage?
Misandry.
What? Wait, there's a word?
How can we never talk about that? You know why we never use it? Because in our culture today, men are not allowed to have opinions about anything. It's misogyny, but women can say whatever they want about anything. If you look at history in the last couple of decades, women have had the most to say about things. And then women are also getting mad at other women for having things. That's how pick-me culture became a thing. You don't hear them call men pick-me's, it's women pick-me's. So anytime a woman has an opinion that differs from the popular culture of most women, what do they call her? A pick-me. Anytime a man has an opposing opinion to what the popular culture of women think, what do they call him? Misogynistic. How come there is nothing like that for women? That's my biggest problem.
Well, apparently there is a word, but we just never hear it.
But you see what I'm saying?
Misandry.
We don't even know what it is. The same way you have toxic masculinity. So there's nothing toxic about women. There's no such word as toxic femininity. You want to know why? Because toxic masculinity was created by women.
I'm gonna let you go first.
I was about to say, I don't think I have what I do.
I'm gonna let you go first because I just want to chill and just see what I want to see what the people say.
I think that
I'm feeling very Miami.
To say that toxic masculinity, that phrase was created by women, is ridiculous. And I just want to say that no, we don't use the word misandry in like our everyday. It's not one of our buzzwords. We spoke about buzzwords earlier. It's not one of our buzzwords, and misogyny has been because we see misogyny a lot in our day-to-day lives. And that's
what? I'm gonna let it play.
Why it exists in our vocabulary. It's not women making it up. It's really just us learning the world. Just like how we learned all of these other, what did we call it earlier? Progressive. We're learning the ways.
Progressive terms.
Yes, these are progressive terms. We're learning the ways of the world, and we're learning people, and we have therapy, and we have these words to guide us in what is happening and how relationships are formed, and the negativity that comes from males. This word was not created by women. The phrase was
created and controlled.
I feel definitely not controlled.
Thank you.
It would be nothing to push if there was nothing to talk about.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. So the word misogynistic has been around. Well, is it toxic? I think it's toxic masculinity. Has been around for a while, and it was created by a man. So yes, I can concede to that. However, the reason that a lot of women use it today is in the everyday vocabulary because it's rhetoric that they hear other women spew out. Half of them don't even know what it fucking means. They just say it because they heard another woman say it, and so every man is a misogynistic just because he holds them accountable. He tells them that no, shorty, I don't think you deserve the world because you aren't even reciprocating that same energy to that man that you say that you want. Oh, you're misogynistic. Okay, so what does it mean? Well, it's a thing where a man doesn't do what he's supposed to do for a woman, and so therefore that makes him misogynistic. No, that has nothing to do with what the hell that word means. And the reason you don't hear the word misandrous all the time, because typically if you hear misandrous a lot of the times, it would be because of men. Because men, that would be a buzzword for men, but a lot of men don't even use the word. Because they know, we know full and full that a lot of women don't hate men. They just spew out this rhetoric because they don't get their way, so they act like children. And so they just start saying random shit because they feel some type of way in their feelings. Because if they really didn't love, if all these women that spew out hate talking about how they despise men and I can't stand men, guarantee fucking to you, all of them will be lesbians. they would be carpet munching all of each other. So they just spew out bullshit, and they think that they're saying some shit. They filibuster, and they just say a bunch of words, and they think that they're talking, and they talk louder and faster and louder and faster, and they think they just cook when they ain't cook shit, but raw chicken, and it still ain't fully done.
Alan, I know your ass got something to say.
That's just my little 2 cents. And not to say that misandry doesn't exist.
It absolutely exists.
It definitely does exist. I know a couple toxic women myself.
Ow.
I mean, I just admitted to knowing a couple toxic women myself.
Alan must know your friends.
Do you want me to say that every woman I know is toxic? Is that what? Because I feel like I'm being fair here.
No.
Okay, a couple is 2, few is 3.
Do you know her friends though?
And I don't even mean friends. I just mean like people in the world. I've come across people. I've met people. That doesn't have to mean my friends or anybody close.
Y'all notice how she still didn't say, she said I met toxic people, but she never said I met misandrous people. Why didn't she say that she knows misandrous women? Because she don't even know what that word even means. Guarantee you, she don't even know what it means. Let alone probably don't even know what misogyny means. They hate men, they love pain, and that's why even the lesbians. Nah, bro, they don't. Nah, fam, they don't. They don't hate men. Look, they don't hate men. Because if they didn't hate men, they wouldn't be dating women who dress like men. They don't hate men. They just act out like little children. So you know how little children are. They're sporadic. They go off of their emotions. They just, I'm gonna do this. I feel this type of way. So they just gonna say shit. They don't hate men for real, dog.
To me, but I've come across a few toxic women that have toxic traits, and you know,
absolutely,
misandry is a thing. But unless we're talking about it being like absolutely detrimental to this relationship recession that we are now going through, I feel like that's when it can become a bigger conversation. As to ask why we don't talk about it,
because it's really not a thing.
Because misandry is not backed up by structural power.
Thank you.
And that's the problem. Jesus that Christ. Some people maybe don't understand that.
No, you know what? No, let me say it. I know you trying to sugarcoat it. So this is the thing. I love the Ellises. I love what they represent. However, this is a terrible take, because at no point, and we can only speak for the United States because this is where we live, at no point have women controlled the policies, the ideologies, the institutions, X, Y, Z in this country, right? So to say that women have an opinion, cool, yes, we do. Those opinions have been elevated on podcasts. They've been elevated on 90s talk shows, Oprah, Sally, Jesse, Raphael, whatever. Like, it is a thing. Women have complaints. What do those complaints... Thank you. What do those complaints materially amount to? What? What is a complaint? Nothing. It doesn't materially amount to anything. That is the problem. So you're...
What you mean? What does it materially amount to? DEI putting women in positions where they don't necessarily need to be. Hence, Kamala Harris. That's one. What else? What else we got? What's something else that women? Oh, child support. Child support. Also incentivizing women to keep the fathers out of the household, so the welfare can be their daddy, so the government can be their daddy or their husband, and incentivizes y'all a lot. But the reason it doesn't have any merit, the reason misandry doesn't have any merit, because men don't talk about it. men aren't on TikTok for the most part. There are some. Most men aren't on TikTok complaining about what their girl is doing. They're not talking about, well, let me tell you about what my man did today, or let me tell you about how broke my girl is, or let me tell you about what this bitch just did. Let me tell y'all how I married a phenomenal woman, but I had to divorce her because I felt as if I deserved better as a man. You don't hear that. You don't hear it. I don't hear it. You don't hear men talking about, okay, it's story time. While they in there brushing their hair, putting their do-rag on and shit, putting lotion on. You don't hear them talking about that shit or lining themselves up talking about, look, man, let's do a story time, man. Let me tell you about this bit, bro. Let me tell you, bro. So this bit was taking me out on a date, right? She was supposed to be taking me out on a date. And let me tell you, dog. Oh, by the way, make sure you get the Cash App too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Tap into the Cash App. All right. But let me go ahead and tell you about this, bro. So this chick, she was in my goddamn DMs at first, right? And so she said she wanted to take me out. So I'm like, shit, say less. But in order for me to say less, but in order for her to do that, she had to tap into the Cash App. She had to throw me at least a 20 ball. You feel me? What up, Tech Coach? She had to at least throw me a 20 ball. You feel me? But then Shorty was like, nah, what the fuck you talking about? I ain't doing that. So come to find out after we said this, whoopty whoop, whoopty whoop. Shorty decided she want to take me to Chili's. Do I look like the type of nigga that want to go to Chili's? Shit, I want to dress up, nigga. I want to get Dapper Dan. I want to go somewhere, Shorty. If you gonna take me out, make sure you take me out. Man, you don't hear that shit, bro. You don't hear men on TikTok and Instagram doing that shit.
Saying so essentially what he's saying is that toxic masculinity, blah blah blah, why aren't we attacking feminine toxicity, whatever what is it, toxic femininity? Cool, yeah. We can. There's literally no problem because it exists. There's literally no problem, but there's also no structures holding up toxic femininity. What structures are holding it up?
Fuck you.
Please tell me. That's what I want to know. You got a whole bunch to say over there behind them TV screens.
What are you talking about?
But there's not one thing that women and this is honestly, this is without race.
What if in just a few minutes a day, I can show you how to possibly enhance even a focused and highly functioning mind?
Across the
right, the bro been offered to take me to Chili's. Now, do I look like the kind of nigga that go to Chili's? You need to take me to State 44. I'm a dapper type of nigga. I'm a high value man. I'm a high value man. You need to take me to State 44. Man, you don't hear it out here. You don't hear that on TikTok. You don't.
The board, there are not things that hold up toxic femininity.
It's an illusion.
Delusion holds it up.
Okay, so Alan, I feel like give us something. You're like saying or whatever.
Hold on, Alan's gonna be like, what's viral?
No, put him on the mic because he got something to say. Give him the microphone.
Go ahead,
so like
we're not gonna cut it out.
Counter it with something.
If you were to put it in
No, you're too far.
Yeah, son.
If you were to put it in simple terms, women have a very tough time with balancing communication with accountability. What happens is that for communication to flow freely, and I understand your complaint, I want to balance out what you complain, but you're going to have to hold and carry some accountability as well. And when that comes to, let's say if accountability was 100 pounds, women want to carry 3 ounces.
Because women didn't apply 100 pounds. Damn, you want me to carry 100 pounds that you applied? No, it can't be.
Where did he say, where in the hell did he say he wanted you to carry 100 pounds? He said you need to take accountability of the weight that you're gonna pull. That's basically what he's saying. I'm not on, bro. Oh my fucking gosh, bro.
Be 50-50 when you put 100 pounds on my neck.
To put 100 pounds on just one person is unfair. And what I'm saying is that No, we're not saying we're literally not saying that toxic women or toxic femininity does not exist.
Absolutely exists.
We are not saying that. So for you to come and your counter is all women can't take accountability or they don't have the communication skills to do so. That's just not true. Like you're literally trying to put everything on us. And it's just not true. So and that leads to men not taking their part of accountability, because it's just like as long as you know that woman or a woman has some accountability to take for whatever reason, whatever accountability you have to take doesn't matter. You're also assuming that all women are
gossiping. No. Gossiping? Niggas gossip more than women. Are you serious? Alan, I'm in a barbershop every other weekend or every other week. Men gossip way more than women.
I just said this.
Way more.
I do agree that men do gossip. There are some gossipers out here in the world. I will concede to that. However, to say that men gossip way more than women, I don't know. I think that barrier is pretty close to each other, because there are a lot of men who do that. I will say that there are a lot of men who do that, right? But however, the accountability factor that she just dodged the hell out of everything that he just said. They put the onus all back on the men. See, this is what men prefer. They want you to carry the load. They want you to. No, we just said have responsibility in the shit that you should take accountability for. So if you're only carrying 3 ounces, you need to be responsible and have accountability for the 3 ounces of weight that you're pulling. But yeah, you want us to take accountability for that 3 ounces as well. That's what he's saying. I don't know how they got lost in translation with them, because they were listening to respond. They weren't listening to understand. Because immediately, as soon as he came up in the mic and he disagreed with him, you can tell, low haircut right here, she started looking all over the place, looking down, doing all this extra shit. Because guess what? Body language is 58% of communication. So that already let you know that she wasn't even paying attention in the first goddamn place.
And the thing is that, like, y'all be gossiping about stuff that y'all not even willing to take accountability for with your homeboys. You know your homeboy doing some fuck shit. And y'all talking about him, but ain't nobody going to correct him. Ain't nobody going to tell him that, yo, my dude, you're not doing right by your family. You're not doing right by your home. You're not doing right by your children. But we gossiping. Fuck out of here. No. And make sure you don't cut this out. No, because like the thing, like it, so maybe y'all aren't in men's spaces, but to be in barbershops all the time where men ain't tripping about, I think maybe they might chill on like kid stuff. If there's kids in there, they may not say stuff. But for the most part, when I'm in these spaces, they talking.
Listen to a conversation with a man talking to his homeboy, not an acquaintance, but like a person that he's comfortable with.
Casual man-to-man catch-up can be seen as gossiping, because that's what
gossip.
Yeah, because that's what you guys call gossip when we catch up or we give the deets of what's been going on in our life. That's gossip.
Let me see something right quick. Let me see something. Just want to see something real quick. Just want to see something real quick. Just bear with me. Gossip refers to informal talk or stories about other people's private lives, which may often be unkind or untrue. It could also mean rumor or talk of a personal, sensational, or intimate nature. So, additionally, a gossip can be a person who habitually spreads such rumors or facts. Interesting.
To you guys.
They wrap it
but
up
you guys
clean
do
linen.
the same exact thing. Chris, you making a face. So what's up?
Yo, when I tell you, you wrap it up in clean linen and you repackage it and say it's not gossip. It's like I'm catching up with my boy.
That's what I'm saying.
Please give me the data.
Yeah,
I have no historical. Please don't say Helen of Troy.
Who starts the war?
Wait, hold on. I think that's very ironic because one, I actually don't know a lot of women that just make up random gossip just to stir drama. I do know that when things come to being like completely made up, men do that best. Why do you guys always lie about, I don't even want to say you guys because I'm throwing you in a category with, people you don't belong in, right? But why do men specifically, not saying all men, but many men, why do they always lie about people that they've done things with or had sexual relations with when it really
will use
did
a
not
woman
happen?
as a scapegoat with the quickness and the readiness? And Alan's like,
I'm not
how
saying
many
you have to
wars
be-
have been started? Because like a man needs a scapegoat and a woman is the
war?
easiest.
Who started the war?
Low hanging fruit.
Listen to this. I'll tell you guys real quick. Yesterday was watching a movie and then we were having a conversation, right? You know what the funny conversation was? When I was younger.
No, we don't know.
Baby mother culture.
Why you just being an asshole for no reason? Low haircut, Jada Pinkett haircut. Why the fuck? Come on, man.
Was crazy, right? Remember the whole baby mother culture during the 90s, early 2000s? You know, one thing most men said they've experienced commonly is that when you dated a girl who had a baby, she always made you pick her up around the same time the baby father was around. Do you know how many baby fathers have walked in houses because she wants the baby father's attention? She wants attention from a man. Women have started so many wars just for attention. You know what they said about women? They said you could do anything to a woman within reason. But this is just the quote. You could do anything to a woman except bore her. Do not let a woman get bored.
Alan,
women are addicted to attention. Women are addicted to drama. They need it in their veins.
Alan, I'm sorry.
Thank you for generalizing all women.
No. You know what? Allow him to generalize. I'm sorry. I have a few rebuttals to that. One, I know plenty of niggas who like to keep up mess. Plenty.
Why do we? That's the point that we see. This is the problem. This is the problem with anecdotal experiences. This is the problem. Shout out to my guy J Ben. This is why we gotta have generalized conversations. And this is why, even though this can't be measured in data or whatever the case may be, right? She's saying in her experience, men are the ones I'm pretty sure that's what she's about to say. Most men are, they love the drama. They love drama. That's an anecdotal experience. So in her anecdotal experience, she 110% believes that all men or most men are more drama queens than the women are. But yet, we can use our critical thinking skills. We can use our own discernment to look at social media and look at the things that's going on in this world. Look at the YouTubes, look at all the social media platforms. Who do you mostly see bringing up dramas, bringing up stories, having issues in the world? Did we not just see a situation? What the hell going on? Did we not just see a situation just a few seconds ago in the last video? That's drama. She ready to finesse a nigga. Although I do say he has some accountability as well because he out here trying to pay for the poon. In her anecdotal experience, shorty, you don't know everybody. Just like I don't know everybody. But I can use my cognitive dissonance. I can use my critical thinking skills to look and see what's going on out here in this world. And I can see how certain people operate and what's in the algorithms and other people's algorithms in there. And if my algorithm serves me correctly, And if I hear the saying, I know people's algorithms are different. If I see this thing happen on my algorithm, but then I see this person that I have no relation to, that I don't know at all, have never seen before, nor talked to, don't even believe that don't even have the same algorithm, and they see the same shit too, something got to make sense to me. Just like the barbershop talk. Just like they said, we used to have barbershop talk, right? Why is it that most of the men that were in the barbershop, they all had the same conversation and they all knew this one chick that they all talked about, or they used to talk about the same type of women and what they do? All of them had similar stories.
Like, I don't know if they got it from their mama, their daddy, who.
Look at the T app. That's the prime. That's exhibit. Hey, look at the T app, nigga. That's drama. It's drama filled. It's a bunch of gossiping. It's a bunch of gossip on the T app. That's what the T app is. Hence the fucking name, T. Oh, bitch, tell me the T. Bitch, tell me the T. Bitch, tell me the T. Ooh, clock that. Fuck out of here, bro.
I don't know who it came from. They love to keep up a good argument, whatever. And the argument don't even be needed. Like, what are you raising your voice about? Somebody I don't want to deal with. Period. I just don't deal with that kind of people. But Alan, for you to say that women start these wars, no. The wars are started by men who are unable to react in those situations appropriately. The thing is that if you see there's your woman's child's father here, and then you come here, what you got a war for? He ain't with her, you are. So what you warring for?
Emotionally dysregulated.
What you there for? If you ain't there to pick up the kid and leave, what you lingering around for? If you at my house and you there to pick, and you the baby's father, and somehow y'all broke up, I come home from work and I see this nigga at my house that I pay for, and he's supposed to be picking up the kid. What time nowadays we got cameras. Most people got cameras around the house, so you can see what time that nigga pulled up. This nigga been here for about 45 minutes. What the fuck he still doing at the house? Nigga, that's a 2-minute exchange. Go in the house, don't even go in the house. I need you to be at the threshold, on the porch. Open the door, give him the bag, tell the kid, give the kid a hug and kiss goodbye, close the door. You shouldn't be there longer than 2 minutes. Here, pick up the kid. Hey, what's up, son? Boom. Okay, baby, love you. See you in a couple days. Get in the car. Why? Make sure the kids get in the car. You stand at the front door. Just sit there with your little coat on like this, with your shit open. Wait for them to get in the car and drive the fuck off. And then boom. Why are you still there after 45 minutes, my nigga? For what? We ain't got no conversation to have. What we doing? What you need? What you asking for? What you here for? Outside of my kid. Well, outside of getting your kid. That's not both of ours. What we doing? Crazy as hell.
Yeah, the thing is that no, see,
you're dysregulated.
Oh, okay. So Alan, what you're saying, the woman put you there, and she also made you react the way you acted, right? Okay, cool. Wait. So that means that the woman controls you. So it's either the woman controls you, or you don't know how to control yourself,
right? Because she made me react this way.
Because the woman made you. I'm sorry, and the thing, and I'll say this, and I've said this before, like, we make our own choices. Even when, remember I told you
I agree.
A long time ago that, like,
I agree with that.
My husband, like, I cheated on him with somebody else. And I never said to him, like, hey, I made a mistake, or it was your fault. Yeah, there were things that he was doing. At the end of the day, the decision to be with somebody.
Y'all see how she still had to throw that in there? Y'all see how she still had to throw that? Oh yeah, there is some things that he was doing. Still can't take 100% of the accountability, huh? You still can't take that 100% accountability, huh? You had to throw in the fact that, yeah, he was doing something. Stand on your 10. If you made the decision to step out, that's on you. It ain't got shit to do with what he was doing. You decided to step out. That's on you. It ain't got shit to do with he talking about. She just talking.
Everybody else was on me. I made that decision. What? No, but I said this a long time ago.
Yeah, but this is a woman taking accountability for her own actions and not saying, "Oh, but you weren't there for me," or "You."
I'm done. I ain't got time for you hoes. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit that bell notification. At the end of the day, yeah, we understand that both men and women gossip at the same time, but at the end of the day, when men tell women they need to start holding themselves accountable for somehow in some way, it always reverts back to the man. It always comes back to the man. It always been that way. We can tell you one little thing, and all of a sudden it's back on the man again. Like, how the fuck did we get back to over here? We talking about you. We talking about you. And this right here just proved the pudding. She still had to bring onus back on the man some sort of reason. She still subtly, I don't even think she realized when she said it. She said, yeah, also, I made the decision to cheat. Even though he was still doing what he did, that's still taking some accountability away from you. You still had to bring him you still had to mention him. You couldn't just stand on your 10. Just say, yeah, I decided to step out because, you know what? I just had to. I was in a different mental state. I had to